Welcome back. A sewage spill caused by a blocked pipe has forced Cape Town officials to temporarily close at least 3 bathing spots in the mother city. Yesterday, the city announced the main bathing area section at Fish Hoek Beach between the lifeguard station and Jager's Walk had been temporarily closed to the public until further notice. To help us make sense of it, we're now joined via Zoom by Councillor Alex Lansdowne, the chair of the Mayoral Advisory Committee on Water Quality, City of Cape Town. Alex, a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, give us some background into the sewage spill that has forced the temporary closure of some Cape Town beaches.
So, over the course of the festive season, the City of Cape Town has had to close a few beaches in the city due to pollution incidents where either sewage reticulation pipelines or pump stations have failed. This is partly because of the increased pressure our sewage infrastructure is under because of load shedding. The second tertiary problem is the fact that there are now differential pressures in the pipes, and often that sewage, which is found at a low point in the landscape in the pipeline, will then overflow and the pipe will break. So we've had to close a beach in Blauberg and a beach in Strand, as well as a beach in Buckhoven and Fish Hoek Surface Corner. But I can confirm with you this morning that of the 3 beaches that were closed yesterday, we are now opening today 2 of those beaches. We're opening the deep blue section at Strand, as well as Small Bay at Blauberg, where those 2 beaches were previously closed. The water quality is now within national water quality guidelines.
And Alex, what are some of these steps taken to ensure the safety of beachgoers in the city?
So we have a cross-directorate ability to figure out when there is a sewage spill. The city will then, our environmental health teams will immediately go out and close off that beach, and it then ignites a process which involves various scientists, labs, and officials and public health specialists, where the beach will then be closed and a rigorous testing regime for E. coli will be conducted. We will test almost every day until we can get the water quality within safe recreational usage. But over and above that, what is most important that most people don't see is the fact that the City of Cape Town responds very quickly when there is a sewage spill. Over 90% of the sewage leakages that we've experienced have been addressed and have had teams on site within 2 hours. So we are able to actively find where there is a sewage pollution incident. We're able to get to site quickly. I doubt any other metropolitan city in South Africa can respond as fast as we do. And we then have a method and a protocol which involves many different specialists to make sure that the beach is closed off, properly signed, and then reopened when it's safe.
Have tests been conducted, and what's the status of those tests?
The testing is conducted on a daily basis after a sewage spill. So the tests will go to the City of Cape Town Scientific Services Lab, which is a top quality laboratory facility. They will then test for E. coli, which is the bacteria that indicates risk of gastrointestinal sickness. The tests usually take about 24 to 48 hours because we have to grow the bacteria in a culture. And once those tests show us that we are under 500 E. coli units per 100 milliliters, we then are able to reopen the beach. So yesterday, quite late yesterday evening, we received the testing results for the 3 closed beaches at that time in Strand, in Blauberg, and Fish Hoek. And Strand and Blauberg are well under the threshold of safe usage of E. coli, so we have reopened them. And Fish Hoek, we will hopefully be reopening very, very soon.
We know that the problem of illegal dumping has always been endemic and has been a problem for City of Cape Town officials. And, some people dump plastic, hence blocking some of the sewerage pipes. How often does the city conduct inspections on those pipes to ensure that such sewage spills do not occur?
The illegal connection into sewage lines and the dumping of inappropriate material down sewage infrastructure is a South African problem. It's not just a problem in the city of Cape Town, but we have responded by, for the first time ever, proactively jetting and maintaining our pipelines to ensure that they are clear and can flow. So this is a program that was set out by our mayor, and the city officials are now proactively going to at-risk pipelines and proactively clearing them before there's even a problem to ensure that they are well maintained and free for use.
Am I correct to opine that the closures actually highlight, the challenges the city has encountered as a result of the continued high stages of load shedding on its sanitation infrastructure, right?
Correct. So it's quite a difficult one to explain, but our sewage infrastructure is under immense strain from load shedding because certain machinery is just simply not designed to be turned on and off and have interrupted power supplies. So we've gone and fitted all of our pump stations across our reticulation network with generators and other power supplies. We're doing that as far as possible. We've got a big pump station upgrading program. We're preparing our city for the future. So we are trying to insulate our sewage network as far as possible. However, load shedding does affect this infrastructure, and we are adjusting and responding our plans as quickly and as fast as possible. But the actual solution at the end of the day to ensure our environments are protected from pump station failures and sewage pipe bursts is to end load shedding.
Do you have an idea of when the water will be safe?
So the thing that's really interesting is that Cape Town has 330 kilometers of South Africa's coastline. 10% of South Africa's coastline is found in Cape Town, and we have had to close probably less than 2 kilometers at any point in time. So most of the beautiful coastline that people see in Cape Town, whether it's Surfers Corner or Muizenberg or Glencairn Beach or Smithswinkel, these beaches are all open and safe for people to use. So certain small sections of the beach have been closed as a response, as part of a process which is ongoing when there is a pollution incident in that area. But however, I'll give you another example. We've had to close a small section of Fish Hoek Beach, but at least 4/5 of the remainder of the beach is actually safe for use. So there are sections and places where residents and tourists can go and experience the beautiful beaches and water in Cape Town.
And do you foresee the closure of more beaches due to the spillage?
I think that we can say that we are at risk in Cape Town of more sewage infrastructure being damaged because of load shedding, and that will cause pollution incidents. And we are on top of it. I'd say we are focused on ensuring that our officials are properly equipped, our officials are properly alerted. We've got systems in place to ensure that we are able to respond when there is a problem. And that's the job of what a capable government is meant to do.
Give us an idea of where the pump stations are located, of course, in the sewage network, so we could have a better understanding of how this could possibly, occur.
So Cape Town has quite a diverse topography, and the sewage reticulation network, which is essentially all the sewer pipes, are all around the city wherever we have people. At low points in the landscape where the pipeline needs gravity to assist with the flow of the sewage, then we will have a pump station. Often those low points in the landscape in the city are near watercourses because they are topographically lower, or they are near the coastline. That's where a pump station is needed to assist in encouraging and pushing the sewage through the pump line to our wastewater treatment plants. So you will have pump stations all across the city, far from the ocean, near rivers, in low points everywhere. And we're working and investing in this coming financial year 70 million rand to upgrade and protect these really important pieces of infrastructure that are found equally across all spaces in the city at low points in the landscape.
You have appealed to bathers to steer clear of those waters that have been affected. Is there any personnel on the ground to ensure compliance, to ensure that people don't actually get anywhere closer to those beaches?
So what we do when we know that the water quality is below, we the beach with signage and alert Cape Townians and visitors to the fact that the beach is then closed. We also have law enforcement officials that are patrolling regularly and various other officials that will be on site ensuring that people know that they aren't meant to utilize those areas. However, a really difficult challenge that we have experienced is that even when there is law enforcement, there are officials and signage on site, people often still choose to utilize the waterways. And so we really encourage all Cape Townians to, if they know the water is not safe for recreational use, to not use it.
Now, just remind us again, which are some of those beaches that have been closed and, the timelines possibly of when they will be open.
So the only beach that is currently closed at the moment is a section of Fish Hoek Beach between the Jager walkway and the lifeguard base area. That's about a fifth of the beach, but it is also the most popular used section. Yesterday evening, we received the E. coli count, which was about 540 units CFUs per 100 ml. So what will happen is that today, again, testing will happen and tomorrow will happen. And then it takes about 48 hours for us to get those results back. So I suspect that if there isn't any further pollution incident, which I don't think that there will be, then the Fish Hoek Beach will be reopened within the week.
Has the city defined the standards under which the beaches are closed, and what's the status of the signage? Is there visible signage all over the beaches that have been closed? Or warning people not to get closer? Alex, we're losing you. All right, we seem to have lost Alex there. That's Councillor Alex Lansdowne, the chair of the Mayoral Advisory Committee on Water Quality, the City of Cape Town, speaking to us about the sewage spillage that has led to the temporary closure of one of Cape Town's beaches.